She's been taught she's an independent woman, right? Her season gonna come. All this other garbage they teach you, instead of teaching you to change. You think the Prince Charming gonna come up some white horse and scoop you and your 17 children by 18 different men up and save your life? That's not happening. You crazy. Kick the black man out the house. You kicked him out of decision making. You kicked him out of everything except your vagina.
Shout out King David, mighty man, that's King David. Warrior, that's King David. Dance on the floor like King David. King David, King David.
Shalom, Israel Most High in Christ. Bless you all. Officers out here, Houston, Texas. I'm gonna go over a class today. It's titled "The Degradation of Marriage." It was inspired on this video I came across. So I kind of want to delve in a little bit on my thoughts on the video. So we can go ahead and get started with the video.
5 biggest challenges black people have for the next 100 years. The number one challenge is the existential crisis of the black family. The existential crisis of the black family. Marriage in our culture is down to 34%. When we were growing up, it was 85%, is now down to 34%. 71% of our sisters are not married, 29% will never get married, 63% of our brothers are not married, 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture.
So, as you see when he starts this video, the man is speaking on the crisis in the black household, but he's speaking on it in a wealth perspective. Wealth is one of the aspects, but wealth is just one of the aspects of black families and black households not being together. So when I saw this class, I said, what is causing these marriages to disintegrate over time? And so I had to start thinking to myself. I said, okay, what do you think are the main culprits? So we'll pause it there and we'll play the video.
Only exists. This is an interesting but negative statistic. This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American black people.
So pause.
It does not exist.
So not only is it saying that black marriage is disintegrating in a black household, but it seems to be hyper-focused on just the American blacks. So that means that there's something causing this phenomenon. Let's keep playing.
On the continent or anywhere else in the diaspora. So there must be something in the water. We must fix this. It is a lot easier said than done because it is impacting our wealth. Quick statistics.
Pause. This is what I was saying earlier. He's only focused on the wealth. It also shows you our leaders are foolish. Isaiah 56:10. Let's go there real quick. Just look at our society. As he's getting that, just think about our society. He's talking about the money aspect. Why is he not talking about the violence aspect? Why is he not talking about the abortion aspect? Why is he not talking about the childless, like the children growing up without parents and the girls being molested? And why is he not talking about all these other things that affect the household? Why is he only talking about the wealth? Read that scripture.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind.
Because in this society, they've put blind watchmen that have no understanding over us, teaching us. So they can't see the big picture. Read.
They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are all greedy dogs.
So that's the point. They're greedy dogs. They only care about things that are affecting their pockets. They're not understanding there's so much more involved in society outside of money. Money is just a defense, but money isn't the core. Read.
Yea, they are all greedy dogs, which can never have enough.
And that's what a lot of these issues come from with our black leaders. Our black leaders, most of the time, they just want to be paid. They don't care about the other things that's going on in the community as long as their pockets are lined up. This is one of the reasons why, for the longest, we have not been getting the answers that we need in society because they don't get paid. I'll leave that alone. Let's keep playing the video.
For 350 years, household median income was dominated by white people. They were number one in this country. They no longer are number one, they're number three, and there's a reason for it. So, who has the highest household median wealth in America? It's East Indians. $104,000 a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%. Two are working. Who's number two?
Also interesting.
Chinese Asians. Household median income $110,000 a year. Marriage rate close to 70%. Number three are white people.
Wow.
Household median income $88,000 a year. What's the marriage rate? Almost 50%.
Wow, that's interesting. By the way, this is
So, you also showing that white people used to be number one when it came to wealth, when they were being married, but since their marriage has declined, they have also started declining in the wealth department. He say they're number one, and I think they're only number one because a lot of the statistics were skewed. Because I think there's a point in time where black wealth was at a very high number. I think we were out earning them at a point in time in history. And then, bombs and terrorism occurred. And that's at the time when we were at our highest as well. So I think when we both had 90-something percentile marriage rates, I think we actually were out earning them, even though they had more resources than we did. But let's play. Let's see if he stops.
Household median income $61,000 a year. Marriage rate close to 70%. We are at the bottom. Household median income $55,000 a year. Marriage rate 34%, and projected based on facts and statistics that if we do not fix this, because white folks ain't fixing this, our marriage rate will be in the low teens.
So he finally said something I agree with. He said, white folks ain't fixing this. Because one thing that I'm starting to learn, give me your Lamentations 4:17. Our people want a fixer. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
So we're always trying to pass the buck forward. One of the things that we have a real issue with is being able to do the work ourselves. That's why the scriptures tell us about the harvest being plenty, but the laborers are few. Even that's the spiritual aspect of it and the hard work on the spiritual level. But even in the world, that same mindset is like that. When it comes time for us to do work, the solution, like the real work, a lot of us don't want to do it. We want to give it to somebody else. So that's why he says he has to say that, because we think we can vote somebody in that's going to fix this situation. We think our past, no. It's something you're going to have to do yourself. Nobody's going to help you fix your nation. You're going to have to fix your own nation. Play it.
years.
Wow.
This is an enormous challenge. That's a whole talk by itself on how do we fix it. It can be fixed, but we have to, first of all, understand that this is a problem. No one's talking about this problem. This is a huge problem. It's the number one problem in our culture.
So stop. So he said it's the number one problem in our culture. Is that the case? Absolutely. But what he also said is no one is talking about it. How many marriage classes does IUIC have? When they talk about a media blackout, I'm telling you, read again where we left off. Our leaders purposely try to act like we've been teaching marriage for at least 14 years, because that's how long I've been around.
Absolutely. The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark.
So he's sitting here saying that nobody's talking about this. We talk about this till the cows come home. Hell, matter of fact, Kevin Samuels got famous talking about this. There's a whole movement talking about this. It's being talked about. It's just not being implemented. Or if it is been talked about, it ain't been talking about the right way. The only people talking about it is the Israelites. So the fact that he's sitting there saying ain't nobody talking about it is showing that he's part of the media blackout. He's with them. Sometimes you got to understand. We was just talking about it. Oh, no, it wasn't that. Bishop Nathaniel just did a class on Shout Out Tuesday, and it was talking about drawing a line in the sand, where that originated at. We got to draw a line in the sand when it comes to these leaders. A lot of these leaders are not on our side. They're on Esau's side. They just put a guise over our face to make them think that they got our best interests at heart. But they don't. They really just want their pockets lined up. Because he's talking about all this stuff, but it's only based on the fact that there's wealth involved. And then he's saying nobody's talking about it. We've been talking about it till the cows come home. Why? Because that's the secret to life, is marriage. Why we say that? Ephesians. We'll go to that later. But it tells you marriage is the key. So he said something earlier. He said there are macro and micro things that were affecting the black marriage, or the degradation of the black marriage. So when I was thinking, this is what I came up with. Macro level means the big picture, the big issues. The number one big issue is returning to the black God. The reason why our marriages are failing, I believe the number one root is because we're not worshiping our own God. Number two, black father is out of the house. Return the black father in the household. Number three, feminism. Feminism is the reason for the decline of the black household. And then number four, adultery. I feel like these are the macro issues that are affecting the household, that's stopping us from being successful marriages. So on a micro level, meaning the smaller, it's personal behavior, personal appearance, personal accountability. I think these are the issues that we're going to try to tackle just a little bit in today's class. So let's start with the black God. Let's just start with the black God, Revelations. Let's not make it hard. Let's go to Revelations. Let's see how God looked.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So, first and foremost, if your church is not teaching you that God is black, that's where the first starts. That's the first problems. And guess what? That's where the root of everything comes from. So, not knowing who your God is and how he looks is very important. Let's show what's that, 2 Corinthians?
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. For if he that cometh preaching another Jesus, whom we have not preached,
because our God, our Jesus that was preached was a black man, and he wanted you to keep the laws. But in Christianity, they teach another God. Read.
or if you receive another spirit which ye have not received.
So they also get another spirit off of that. Our spirit that we get is integrity and braveness. They give us a spirit of fear and lack of accountability. Keep going.
Or another gospel.
And they have another gospel. Our good news is we're going to control everything, and all the nations that did us wrong are going into slavery. That's our gospel. Matter of fact, we'll show you that that's not just our gospel. That's the gospel of the Bible. Let's get Revelation 13 and 9 and 10. Oh, where you at? Just so you won't think we just some crazy people. You know, oh, we're crazy. No. We're going to show you this is what Christ said. The actual Bible.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
So if you got sense, listen up.
He that leadeth into captivity.
So if you brought some people into slavery.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
You going into slavery. Y'all the ones talking about God being a just God, right? Y'all the ones talking about saying he an eye for an eye. And so guess what? You put us in slavery, guess where you gotta go? All right. So that's all fair. All fair in love and war, right?
Absolutely.
Guess what? So it is what it is. You gotta go to slavery. That's what our gospel say. That's what the good news is. But they teach another gospel. Go back to Corinthians.
Or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, you might well bear with him.
Because the gospel they want us to accept is that all nations is going to live in peace and harmony in the kingdom of God, and everybody is going to be in heaven, and everybody's going to step on the black man in heaven. That's really what it is. They want you to be on the bottom here, and they want you to be on the bottom in the kingdom. The white man's supposed to do all this dirt. The Arab man's supposed to do all this dirt. The Chinese man's supposed to do all this dirt. Japanese man supposed to do all this dirt. African man supposed to do all this dirt. White man supposed to do all this dirt. And they supposed to have to pay for none of that stuff. And we're supposed to just accept them with open arms, all walk into the kingdom of heaven together. And then we still be at the same level that we are now. And they be at the top in heaven. That's what their gospel is. So when you're a Christian, you live in that mindset that that's what the gospel of God really is. So what comes with that? No laws are being taught. And everything that they go over is mainly just greed. As a matter of fact, let's go back to 56 and 10. I didn't even know I was going to use it twice. We're going to give you some examples of Isaiah 56 and 10.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving the slumber. Yea, they are all greedy dogs, which can never have enough.
So that's the point. When you read these scriptures, it lets you know that you can spot men that ain't of God because they'll just be greedy dogs. So let's go ahead. Let's get Wayne T. Jackson first. We're gonna play with it a little bit. Because I ain't say it, the Bible said it. So we're gonna see, are these men of God or not? Go ahead and play.
Should. They say something doesn't add up when a pastor makes a lot of money, drives a luxury car, and yet the people who live near his church are in poverty. A scuffle inside the sanctuary after New Era Detroit protests during a worship service.
Bro, let me go, man. Let's go.
Zeke, the leader of the group, offered no apologies for the dust-up at Great Faith Ministry Saturday, only the reasoning behind it.
This situation is bigger than just Wayne T. Jackson. This is about black churches and black pastors who live a lavish life on behalf of the people, and they're not giving back to their community.
He's referring to Bishop Wayne.
Pause it. So you heard it from the black man's mouth. That is one of the most major issues in the black community is greedy pastors that are eating up all the resources while the people in their congregation are starving. Nobody ever wants to talk about it until something like this occurs. Let's keep playing. You had something.
T. Jackson, the wealthy pastor that welcomed Donald Trump, drives a Rolls Royce and lives in a mansion. Zeke was there for the offering Saturday.
When they started the offering at $1,000, and then they said if you don't got $1,000, then do $300. And if you don't got cash, then we got ATM machines. I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that way of thinking, and I don't understand that to be what religion is.
New Era Detroit says the neighborhood surrounding Great Faith Ministries is by and large impoverished.
This guy has networks, churches, fancy cars, you know what I mean, $1 million houses, and there's babies in this community that's going without food at night. Somebody has to be frustrated about this enough to do something that will get people's attention. And that's what.
So, you heard it here. So, he said somebody got to be frustrated enough to do something about it. Did that happen before? Let's see. We're gonna look and see. We'll search the scriptures and see if somebody got so mad and they got upset that they did something about it because the leaders were money-hungry thieves that was stealing the money from the people. If I'm not mistaken, did you find it?
This is the book of Mark, chapter 11, verse 15. And they come to Jerusalem, and Jesus went into the temple and began to cast out them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves.
So, why do you think Christ did that? Because the same thing that was going on back then, same thing that's going on now. Greedy dogs that can never have enough. They caring about lining their pockets more than they care about the people. That's one of the biggest issues of the black church. And what happens is they don't teach the solutions of actually what we need. What is that? Lamentations 2 and 15, 2 and 14. This is what happens because they're not teaching us nothing. So they teach the woman, hey, man, do what you want to do. That's why she can't keep a man. But because she go to Christian church, she been taught women's all loose, right? She been taught she's an independent woman, right? Her season going to come. All this other garbage they teach you instead of teaching you to change, teaching you to do something about it. They think, so guess what? You think the Prince Charming gonna come up some white horse and scoop you and your 17 children by 18 different men up and save your life. That's not happening. You crazy. But that's what they teach us. So read.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee.
Lies. Read.
And they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity.
So the solution is turning away from our iniquity. That's what the Bible just said. You know what iniquity is? Sin. So God said, your leaders are supposed to be telling you how to turn away from sin. That's your solution. But the dude, he said, it's wealth. The marriage rate and the wealth. No, it's the sin. And the biggest cause of sin is single parent households because there's no structure. The kids will not be raised right. The kids will not have discipline. So they're going to sin because sin is the opposite of discipline. So if you're raised in an undisciplined household, you're going to be subject to sin. Simple and plain. Finish reading.
But have seen for the false burdens and causes of banishment.
So false burdens is trying to get a G out of everybody that walk through the door. And if they ain't got a G, give them 300. That's y'all heard it. I didn't make this up. This is what they doing. We ain't even hey man. I'm telling you, man, these men are not of God. So we had one recently. Here's another example of these greedy dogs.
I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors.
So stop.
Close the door.
We're gonna do a recreation. Play the other one I got with the YN. Cause everybody see what's going on, man. It's a shakedown. I wish a nigga would tell to close the doors. What you close the doors? What you trying to do? But they so bold, you know. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. You know why they do that? Because the church is full of women. Ain't no way in hell if it's a bunch of real men, you're gonna be like, close them doors. Because you close them doors, we're gonna brawl like they did in Wayne T. Jackson Church. That's the one right there. But in this day and age, because the church be full of a whole bunch of women, they're bold enough to say stuff like that. Oh, close these doors. Ain't nobody going nowhere. You crazy? I'll beat you. But that's how it go. What's Marvin Sapp's song? Is it Never Would Have Made It? Is that his song?
Yeah, never would have paid it.
Never would have paid it. Not a damn now, not a dime. I ain't paying nothing. What? You lost your damn mind. Actually, let's do the tattoo dude. Let's go ahead and do the tattoo dude. Then we'll do OC second. He'll do him last.
Saying like, get the fuck out of here, son. Shit is all that other shit is garbage. That's what I mean, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, son.
You see this guy
Shit's whack, son. Cut it out,
lost his
please.
damn mind.
Nobody's buying
He look like he know
nobody
the
likes
king.
it. You hurting
He's
eyes. That
about to
shit
put
is
his life
annoying.
on the line,
Like,
trying to get a
stop it,
tattoo
man. This
and the
country's
image
gotta
of God. Look at him having
change.
seizures,
Jury,
about to damn near
dress
die,
like the motherfucking
trying to get a
party
damn
wanna
tattoo.
be.
So
The
pause
rappers and
it.
shit.
So what's the first mistake? First mistake is what? Number one, that what you gonna do? I'm gonna go to the image first. Let's go to the image first. Because he got a matter of fact, Habakkuk. Let's go to Habakkuk first. Habakkuk chapter 2.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. What profit the graven image?
That's the one I want. Yep. So you got to ask yourself, what is the profit of this graven image? Keep going.
That the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies.
So this is a teacher of lies. Number one, we know it's a teacher of lies because he got a goddamn on a tattoo. If you really love God, you should know you can't have a tattoo. But because they're not teaching in the church, they teaching you do whatever the hell you want to do. This fool got a giant statue of a gay white man on his chest, and it's breaking God's laws. But he doing it because he think he love God. Matter of fact, we was playing earlier. Let's go ahead and go back to Romans 10 and 1. We was joking earlier because the goofy church, but this is exactly what happens to our people. This is exactly what happens to our people. He think he doing a good deed. He think God gonna bless him because he putting his life on the line, getting this goofy tattoo that he probably spent $2,000-$3,000 on. Read.
Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they may have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
So this is an example of zeal for God. Only a man that loved God would do something like this. The only problem is he don't love God. He think he love God. Keep going.
That they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
But not according to the law. Because now let's go to the law. You can pick either one. Because when you was on that table, the tattoo artist should have been like, oh, you trying to get an image of God on your chest? You do know it's against God's laws to get a tattoo, right? No, I didn't know that. Yeah, your pastor didn't teach you. You ain't never went to Leviticus 19? Damn. You got a sorry pastor.
He definitely know the kingdom, by the way.
Yeah. The silly dove. Woo. Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
And that's exactly what he did. And it ain't even Christ. This was Caesar Borgia, a ancestral lunatic. That ain't got nothing to do with God. So let's get the true image of God. Let's go ahead and get Revelations 1 once again. Remember what I said. Returning to God is the solution to marriage. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
That don't look like fine brass to me.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Right. The picture, that dark image over there, and that looked like it was burning in the furnace. The dude walking into the furnace, that shadow black, that's the color Christ is. Not that guy hanging on that cross. That's BS. Okay, so in the meantime, let's read it again so I can go back to my thoughts.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So remember we read earlier in Corinthians 11, it says that these gods have different laws. They have different gospels. They have different messages. So the message of that God is to destroy the household. He does not teach marriage. That's the reason why there's no marriage in the household. But the black God is the opposite of that. The black God teaches marriage. Marriage is one of the staples of the black God. You about to pull it? Okay, it was gonna be Ephesians 5, but I'll wait. So let's get Putin. Let's go ahead and get Putin. A lot of y'all forgot this happened last year. Time go by so fast. Who remembers this? Go ahead and play that. Y'all remember these images?
As the Ukraine-Russia war drags on, Russian President Vladimir Putin has decided to move one of Russia's holiest icons from a museum to a Moscow cathedral.
So when Putin pulled out the actual images, the old ancient images of Jesus, Jesus was black. But we just skim over that. I don't remember the Christian church really acknowledging that. I don't remember the Christian, especially the black Christian church, really saying, you know what? We're going to tear down the white images of Christ in our churches and we're going to repaint them and we're going to make black images of Christ from now on. We've been wrong this whole time and Christ actually is black. I never heard that one time from nobody. They just skimmed over that like they didn't see all those ancient pictures of Christ being black. They ain't even asked no questions like, I wonder where those come from and why they like that. What's that? Isaiah 1 and 3? Just simple, but we'll get to that later. Matter of fact, yeah, let's play it. Let's go there. Go there. Isaiah 1 and 3. Because our people simple. How the hell you see all these images in an ancient church get uncovered and you still go to your church with white images everywhere, like everything good? I'd have been like, hey, man, did you see those images? And they be like, yeah, I see them images. What about it? Well, why the hell they all was black? What was the white images? Why I ain't see no white images? Why every image was black? And who the hell is this guy up here? That's would have been the question. But church full of women that's in love with the pastor. That's really what it be about. Go ahead, read.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know. My people do not consider.
Don't even consider. When you had that image come up, that every Christian should have considered their church and considered their doctrine and asked themselves, what the hell am I in? Go ahead, keep playing.
In the 60s, that Jesus was a black man.
Have you ever come across biblical icons that portrayed Jesus, the Virgin Mary, Elisha, or King Solomon with dark skin? If you have, then you should know that Russia has recently opened its vault to reveal biblical icons featuring darker-skinned figures.
Stop. You see how evil and racist they are? You couldn't just say black. Darker-skinned. Anything but black. They do not want you to be black. Black is whack. They can't do it, man. Because I think it was an Indian guy, right? Read. I'm sorry. Play the video. Let's look at this. So can't nobody front and say it's AI. It's Putin doing it with it. That's solid gold he got. Bam. Black man.
This is not an unusual depiction of biblical figures,
Black man.
but rather a factual representation.
Nobody talking about this.
These icons hold deep meanings and hidden truths, sparking curious questions about history, faith representation,
so you know
and the
crazy?
Unexpected corners of religious
He said
art.
it sparks serious questions. The serious questions only to the other nations. Our people just skimmed right over their head. Go back to Isaiah 1 and 3 again. It just went right over our people's head. They really do not consider.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know. My people do not consider.
So they didn't even think about the implications that images mean. And why was these images put on you and why not those? Why is it so? Why am I just seeing this? Even though you're not, because we be on the corners teaching you, showing you that Christ was black for years. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're numb because we've been teaching so long that they already knew it, so it wasn't a shock to them, and they just evil. Maybe that's what it was. I don't really care what she has to say, so we can drop that video. This is the type of stuff that you learn when you deal with a white Christ. You learn this type of debauchery. Go ahead.
A challenge. It's 1,000 people right there on the screen.
Yes, Pastor.
$20 a person. It's $20,000. That's it. $20 from each and every one of you. It's $20. Y'all can put y'all money down. Y'all up here with me. That's $100. I don't see y'all digging for it.
That's how it be.
It's 1,000 people.
They be fleecing you, boy.
I need $20,000. $20 from each of you. No, don't leave. Ushers, close the doors.
That's right.
Close the doors. Close the doors.
Hey, Marvin Sapp. Never would have paid it.
You ain't know I had a YN right there. All I need is $20. Because at the end of the day, never would have made it without me.
Damn.
This is my church.
Damn.
So that's my $20. And from y'all, it's my $100. It costs to be the boss, and it costs to be up here. This is the VIP section.
Now, y'all laughing and playing. Did they show that part on the Marvin Sapp one?
All I need is $20 from me.
On the Marvin Sapp one, he say that. He pointed to the top, and he said, that's the VIP section. I need 100 from y'all. Did y'all see? Isn't in that? Is it in that clip? The real clip? This nigga crazy. With his presidential rollie that costs 40 G's. He need another 40 G's. I need another Rolex. I had to bust this one down, put some diamonds in it. I messed up the appreciation of the others, but I need another one. Because I messed it up, so I'm going to buy another one, and I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it plain Jane so it can increase in value. Niggas. Play this thing.
Close them doors.
Close them doors, y'all.
Ushers, close the doors.
You see how he said that?
Close the doors.
Close the doors. Close the doors. This is crazy.
It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here.
So y'all think he playing? He just making fun of y'all. Y'all love this dude. You mean to tell me he ain't going on tour and singing them damn songs he made? He gotta fleece the people? Because that's what that is. That's fleecing. That's strong arm robbery. They shot Mike Brown for that. I'm telling you, our people need to get out of this hellhole, because not only are they robbing you, but they also teaching you wrong. Read what we was at earlier. Yeah, go back to Lamentations. Hell is this? I need 100 from y'all. Nigga, you need a job. Matter of fact, what is that? 2 Corinthians 8? Let's go. Since we here, let's show how the leader's supposed to move. Because I think y'all need to understand, it is not your job to support your pastor's financial endeavors. It is your pastor's job to support his own damn financial endeavors. He's supposed to work his own job. Christ was a carpenter. He had a job. Paul, what did Paul do? Did he do like ships or something? Forgot what Paul did. A tent maker. Yeah, he made tents. He had a job. They both built houses. They ain't building houses. I mean, but then, so why is it that our forefathers had jobs, but these bums don't? And they call themselves man of God. Our leaders was not moving like that. The men of God was not moving like that. These guys, Luke was a physician, right? Matthew was a tax man, right? Peter and them was fishermen. These men had jobs. But the nigga today want 40 G's just off of a whim. His woman must have needed a Birkin. 2 Corinthians, start at verse 6. I like that because that's me.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge.
Yeah, you might not like what I say, but I ain't lying. How about that? Well, come free.
But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. I have committed an offense in abasing myself that ye might be exalted, because I have preached to you the gospel of God freely. I robbed other churches, taking wages of them to do you service. And when I was present with you, I wanted, and I was charged to no man.
So what he's saying is, when I was with you, I was working, and I ain't charged nobody had to take care of me. I took care of myself. Keep going.
For that which was lacking to me, the brethren which came from Macedonia supplied. In all things I have kept myself from being burdensome unto you.
So it's showing you that our leaders understood that they was not supposed to be they were not supposed to be burdensome to the body. She's trying to strong arm rob the body. She can't pay her bills no more because you want $1,000, and she think that those $1,000 that she gave you is gonna give her a blessing of $100,000. Well, it ain't gonna do nothing but get her put out of her house because now she can't pay her rent. But because you so selfish and you so trifling and you so greedy, your conscience don't eat at you like a canker that you're stealing this money from these poor people. You should be ashamed of yourself, you despicable men. Keep reading.
And so will I keep myself. As the truth of Christ is in me, no man shall stop me of this boasting in the regions of Achaia.
The point I was making, should nobody be begging the church to take care of their bills? That money is supposed to be for people that actually need it, that actually can't pay their bills that month, and they need help, or they need food. Now we can go to that. Now we can go to that in Acts 4, showing you that's how the money was supposed to be gathered and dispersed, not for your damn rollie. Is it 433?
Yeah, it's 434. You ready?
Yeah.
The book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 34. Neither was there any among them that lacked, for as many were possessors of land or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
So when they laid them at the leaders' feet, what did the leaders do with them?
And distribution was made unto every man according to as he had need.
So they kept it in their pockets.
Distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
If you know what a distribution center is, that's the big building that gives you and supplies you with the things you need from each store. So based on the order that store needs to fulfill, the distribution system or center will give them the materials for that store. That store needs 100 loaves of bread. We're going to get them 100 loaves of bread. That's a smaller store. It only needs 2 loaves, so we're going to give it 2 loaves. That's a medium-sized store, so we'll give it 20 loaves. That's how distribution is done. So nobody was taking the money and pocketing it and buying big bank rollies. That's what that dude was talking about in the Wayne T. Jackson video. We out here struggling, and he out here living lavish. That is not how a man of God is supposed to move. But when you worship the white God, he teaches you can do those things because he's coming under a different doctrine, a different gospel. Gospel of God say, man don't work, he don't eat. You talking about feed me. We ain't worshiping the same God that y'all worshiping. Our God is in the Bible. Your God is in your church. That's who y'all worship. Y'all worship that guy in the church. So let's play our Captain OC since we found it. Please work.
Verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus.
They preaching another Jesus, and they told you that in the last book. It said it's an open secret that this ain't Jesus.
Right.
It's an open secret. Read.
Whom we have not preached.
If you preach another Jesus whom we have not preached, read.
Or if ye receive another spirit.
That's why the whole world got a different spirit.
Yep.
That's why everybody in cahoots with us. Everybody got a problem with the Israelites. They've been pushing imagery of Jesus for years.
Right.
Nobody ever said that's racial idolatry. Nobody ever said, hey, no, Jesus ain't got no color. Why did nobody say Jesus didn't have color in the 1940s? Why did nobody say it in the 1400s when Caesar Borgia posed? Right. I need answers, Christian church. Right. I need answers. Before 1960s, when the Israelite movement got to where it was at, nobody said a word about the white stained glass all over the world that had white Jesus. Nobody went to tear it down.
Nope.
Nobody read Exodus 20.
Right.
Nobody said you ain't supposed to have no images. Nope. Nobody said nothing.
So you heard, Captain need answers. All praises, all praises. So showing you that one of the biggest issues that's plaguing our people is they don't have the right moral compass because they're not worshiping the right God. So if you're not worshiping the right God, you're not going to have the right values. So you're not going to follow the Bible. Y'all got to understand something. God created marriage. So in order to have a successful marriage, you have to follow God. If you try to follow something else, it's not going to work because the secret of marriage comes from God. Simple and plain. But if you don't believe in God, you believe in a white man or you believe in your pastor, you're going to go do what he say do. And that's the reason why your marriage is failing. Or that's the reason why you in the church looking for a gay dude to, because you know ain't no real men in the church no more. There's some gay dude in there that you hoping that he going to make you his wife. Oh, his partner. The hell is this? I need somebody to help raise these kids. No, you need to close your legs. But that's micro. We still on macro. Let's focus on macro. All right, so now let's go to number 2. Let's go to fatherhood.
I just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad? What did we do historically that was so bad?
Stole our children and used them as pawns for child support. You embarrass us on the daily by not dressing modestly. You talk about our mothers when we disagree with your behavior. You call us homosexual when we assert our masculinity. You lie on us to the world by telling them that we unalive you every 5.5 hours. You call the police on us and get us thrown in prison or jail more than anybody else. You disrespect us when we try to bring together our families, which is what you did when you brought up Kevin Samuels in your video. You claim that we're trash and deadbeat fathers even though we are the most involved in our children's lives. You always talking about how we bash you, but you never bring up the videos of us doing so. What you would rather do is just say it and then act like the videos we do post about you aren't about your behavior, mannerisms, and characteristics that we wish would change. And now here you are acting like a victim, crying to us.
Not gonna lie to you, I support this. Moses is right.
So stop. So that is how a lot of black men feel. So a lot of black men don't really want to deal with the situation of dealing with black women because black women don't really like to take accountability for their part in the destruction of the black family. Let's go to the other father one. The second father one I have is down there at the bottom. It's under behavior, the very bottom. Get Isaiah 32:9. Women at ease, at ease. So, because society has made it easy for y'all to be able to just survive without black men, a lot of you have turned against black men. So when a sister says, "Oh, what's wrong? What have we done so wrong?" Y'all sided with the enemy. Keep it 100. God drew a line in the sand, and y'all chose to be with the white man and everything he had to offer, and y'all kicked the black man out the house. You kicked him out of the decision making. You kicked him out of everything except your vagina. Go ahead. I guess maybe I should say something after that. It's a little harsh.
That's a soundbite. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
So, because you are at ease in this society, you have become careless daughters. There's a lot of ostrich behavior that happens with you sisters. I wasn't even gonna go here, but man, I think I do have a couple. Matter of fact, I got one that's an ostrich. Do that ostrich one. It's at the bottom. Because our sisters, careless daughters, man. Society has made it so easy for y'all got welfare, y'all got Section 8, y'all got decent jobs. So y'all think, I don't need the black man no more. And hell, half y'all don't even want your kids y'all have for your black man. That's the one? Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Oh, you gotta watch
this. Wait, don't go in the house yet.
Why not?
Hey, listen. Oh, shit.
Why not?
Hey, listen. Go on to just go sit on the porch. Hey, listen. What do you think you're doing?
I'm dropping them off. They're good. Listen, I met a younger guy, and he don't want no kids, and he don't want to, listen, he don't want to deal with them. And so I'm dropping these kids off so me and him can live our life. We want to travel, we want to explore the world, and I can't do that with kids.
My God.
I can't.
So she should have thought about that before she had them. But that's good enough for that. We're going to come back to that later. We're going to redo that one again on accountability. What you about? You go to ostrich? Yeah, ostrich. Go ahead and go Lamentations. Let's deal with the ostrich real quick. We're going to deviate just a tad bit.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones. The daughters of my people is become cruel like the ostrich in the wilderness.
Right. So instead of loving their kids and raising up their kids, a lot of them would rather give their kids away. I remember, wasn't there one sister that went to go to a Lil Wayne concert and left her kids in the house and the kids died? And how many murders are done by thermicide? Is it called thermicide? Then they have to make up a new death because these demonic black women leave their kids in the car to die while they go shop. You know what you're doing. You know that kid gonna suffocate. You know, that's some evil boy.
And that's a terrible death.
Yeah, I know. I bet it's you suffocate, man. I would read it. Please read it with the ostrich.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
So the sea monster is a whale. It's saying even the whale has a care for their children, and they will breastfeed their children and raise their kids upright. But our women, cruel beast. Cruel beast. I can do a whole class on that, but it's gonna be depressing, and I'm not in the mood for that. So let's go to another one. Let's go to a positive reinforcement. Play that other father one with the Northern Kingdom family. Because fathers instill the discipline. Matter of fact, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5. Go ahead, you good.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding.
So fathers will instill discipline inside of you. This is one of the things that you can't just make up as you go along. Because, you know, women say, oh, I'm mother and father. Happy Father's Day and happy. No. You don't understand. We're wired differently. Men instill instruction. Was it I guess we can do Deuteronomy 6 and 7. Let's go to Deuteronomy 6 and 7. And then we can do Sirach 30.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
So, men, this is what men do. They instruct, they give direction, they teach the young men and the young women how to move in society. The woman is there, she's supposed to enforce what he's teaching in the household. So the instruction comes from the father. So you can't displace the father because there'll be no instruction in the household. We've proven that over the last 40 years by living in a lawless society. Most of us been raised up without no dad. And I say that because 70% of the black household was raised up without a father. And we saw the outcome. A bunch of wild children without any direction, no ambition. It's hard for them to navigate society because they don't have any stability, because it wasn't instilled in them from their father. You got
Sirach 30.
Go ahead.
Sirach 30, verse 9. Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him.
So when it says don't play with them while they're bringing you into heaviness, because it's telling you, like, when men, we cut things out. We stop certain things because we know what's going to happen to you in the future. So we nip stuff in the bud. Like, for instance, you always see a little joke with the little boy is in his mama's heels or something like that, and the daddy snatch him up and whoop his ass, and the mama like, why you do that? He was just playing. No, because I know what that's going to lead him to.
Right.
You laughing for the now. I'm looking at the future. That's how men move. So read that part again.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him.
Right, because if you play with them and you don't deal with them right, they're going to be lewd. They're going to be disrespectful. They're going to be in the streets doing crimes and things like that. Now you're looking at them behind a glass, or now you're looking at them at a tombstone because you didn't have the dad in the house. Now he's this wild bull in a net, and you're trying to figure out why you can't control him because you're not a bull. You needed another bull to keep the bull in order, but you didn't do that. So now he's a wild bull. That's what happened. It was supposed to be around the other bulls, and I can't tell y'all the joke. It's an old Texas joke, but I can't. Yeah, I know you know it. I know it, but it's about bulls. God dog it. If you know, you know. But there's an understanding that you need the older men around you to teach you. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Young men respect men. They don't respect women. They love women. It's different. So you can love your mama, but that don't mean you respect your mama. Like you love your mama, but you only respect what you respect. You don't respect what you don't respect. Meaning, like, I ain't doing that shit. What's she gonna do? It's a certain point when you get a certain age, even if she try to hit you, ain't all right, mama, whatever. Like, you can shoot her off. Daddy, bow! Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child.
Because I'm going to tell you something. After a certain age, if you haven't already instilled fear and respect into that young man, it's too late. That's why a lot of times y'all be trying to save these whorish women and their children, and the children fighting you tooth and nail, pulling out ninja swords and shit, and y'all up in there having it looking like Black Samurai, Samuel Jackson in the background talking, Afro Samurai. This is why this stuff happened, because that child wasn't taught respect. So now that they're older and they can put hands on you, they're trying to fight you back instead of having that respect. When we was growing up, you got punched in the mouth for not speaking to your elders. Miss Pearl needed you to go get them cigarettes. You went and got them cigarettes, and you didn't dare smoke them, and you brought her change back. Then you took her trash out because Miss Pearl was that old lady. Like, that's how we moved back in the day. And I'm pretty sure it was even better back in the bishops in them day, because it was even more structured and it was even more family oriented. Remember, this class is about the degradation. So 30-something years ago, we 30-something, damn, we old. 30-something years ago, we still had a little bit of core values to where, and guess what? We still had a little bit more marriage. Marriage wasn't totally gone yet. I didn't know that many people that was married, but I seen a couple of them. I heard about them. They was myths. My cousin Ira, his daddy was around, and Prentice's daddy was around. It was daddies around. They just wasn't my daddy. But I used them to learn lessons in life. Tim and Ben and all you fathers that helped raise me, all praises to you. Because my dad wasn't around, but y'all stepped in here and there. But that's how it was back in the day. Now, I don't, crazy. This goes into what we're talking about. Now, you see, read the caption. Before we even start, read the caption, Leia.
My dad and my brother trying to teach my baby not to go in the cabinet.
Because of her son. So the daddy's not around, so grandpa and uncle got to step in. Why? Because she's a shameless daughter. I mean, unfortunately, that's how society goes, but that's what you got. But go ahead, play the video.
Look. No.
Well, look, he learned the lesson. I bet you ain't gonna go in that cabin no more. And that's the difference. That's how fatherhood is. Fathers do things like that to instill discipline into the children. So that's why it's so important to have fathers in the household. Outside of paying bills and all that other crap that y'all talk about, we know that's important. I mean, I say crap. It is very important, man. Don't be no damn bum. Get a job. Take care of your household. But it's the other things that's more important. I'm going to tell you something. I buy my kids toys, and they play with the box the toys came in. It's not about the toys. It's about you. What you had something? Okay.
It was some more on that
go ahead.
Sirach 13.
Please read.
Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on his sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee.
And that's how they become wild bulls in the net. Because you haven't disciplined them when they was young. Why? Because ain't no daddy in the house to discipline them. Mama, she either on Section 8 with her legs up with another man, or she working her ass off, and she ain't never home. So, yeah, streets raising kids. You know how many kids we knew they mama worked that night and we was sneaking in their house? Good and bad. Some was girls, some was our homeboys. You do the math. It's a couple of sisters that everybody knew her. They knew her daddy, but they knew her. You get what I'm saying? They all waved to her, hey, mister. I ain't going to say her name because I got love for you. But this class might go viral. I don't want to know it. But hey, Mr. Such and Such, he was a good guy. Matter of fact, he was in the school system. We love that dude. But his daughter was a hoe. I don't even understand how that situation happened. But I guess maybe because he worked. So I don't know. He didn't have a wife. And I don't know, but his daughter was wild. And his brother was a black belt. Her brother was a black belt, and he used to try to protect her all he could. And that's when I learned you can't protect the hoe. The hoe gonna do what the hoe gonna do. It is what it is. Sorry. But, so, one of the other main issues that we was talking about, so God, and then the Father. So play that other father picture. Who has the pants? Because it's a reason why this term was coined. Let's go into the history of this phrase.
Who wears the pants in the family? The idiom originated in the mid-16th century, mirroring the gender-specific clothing norms of that era.
So stop. It says gender-specific clothing norms. So let's get that in the scriptures. Showing you that these clothing norms that they got from the Bible. Once again, when you have a black God and you follow the God of the Bible, everything makes sense. Gender specific. Clear instructions. Man do this, woman do that. Go ahead, you got it?
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So newsflash, pants pertain to a man. That women are not supposed to be wearing pants. They never were supposed to be wearing pants. Keep going.
Neither.
I ain't gonna say. I was say, Sexy Red got one thing right. But I ain't gonna say that. But keep reading.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it's going into gender specific clothing. So it's showing you that everybody always knew pants was for the man. So keep going. Let's play them.
Initially, the act of wearing pants was a symbol of authority, associated with traditionally masculine roles. When women transcended these conventional boundaries, the phrase was employed derogatorily. Its widespread use in 19th century America primarily highlighted instances of gender role reversals.
So, one of the things that happened over time was the gender roles reversed. This is the reason why marriages are falling apart, because the women want to act like men. Men want to act like women. God just specifically told you not to do that. Read Deuteronomy 22 and 5 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Why? Because it'll give her a masculine spirit. It will make her want to reverse roles, meaning she won't want to listen to a man anymore. She'll want to be a man now. Didn't that happen in society? Why, yes, it did. Keep going.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So we got to ask ourselves, when did this happen and why was it pushed? Let's finish this video, then we're going to go into the answer.
In contemporary times, this idiom has evolved to neutrally signify the primary decision maker within a family, without regard to gender. This linguistic transition is indicative of societal progression towards gender equality, challenging traditional roles and underscoring how language reflects and molds the evolving norms of gender and power dynamics. Who wears
when it says challenging traditional roles, whose tradition is it challenging? It's challenging the traditional roles of God. God instituted pants on a man and a woman wearing a dress. So when it says challenging those traditions, it's talking about challenging God's authority. What is that? Leviticus 28 and 40, 28 and 30. I think it's 28 and 40, where it shows that the man is supposed to be wearing the pants.
Exodus chapter 28, verse 42. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness. From the loins even unto the thigh shall they reach.
Okay. So it's showing you plain and clear that pants instituted for the man. So there shouldn't be any debate on whether men or women were wearing pants. It shows you right here, men were the ones that were wearing pants. So you believe in God, you believe in marriage, you believe in roles of the man and a woman, then you would understand that you're not supposed to be wearing pants, female. You're supposed to be wearing a dress. Cover it up. Why you think sex rate is so high in society? Because everybody can see your ass. It's called temptation. That's why Esau put it there. He wants to make sure that we stay sinful. That's the reason why you got all those babies. It's because the man can't look at your face because he's too busy looking at your waist. Yep. And it's proved that. Leviticus 19, 20, was it 27, 29?
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness.
So it says cause her to be a whore. So let's see how whores dressed in the Bible. Baruch 6 and 10. 6 and 9. We'll start at 6 and 9. Because even in the Bible, there was a certain point in time where they had whores dressed a certain type of way. So you got it?
Yes, sir.
Read.
The book of Baruch, chapter 6, verse 9. And taking gold as it were for a virgin that loveth to go gay, they make crowns for their heads of their gods. Sometimes also the priests conveyed from their gods gold and silver and bestowed it upon themselves.
So they would give the women jewelry.
Yea.
Oh, I'm sorry. They putting their own jewelry on first. I'm sorry. And now read it again.
Verse 10?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sometimes also the priests conveyed their gods gold and silver and bestowed it upon themselves. Yea, they would give thereof the common harlots and deck them as men with garments being gold of silver.
Okay, so now that's the point. So they would give the women jewelry and they would dress them up in man's attire. What's man's attire? Pants. So it's showing you, and it says the common harlots. So all the prostitutes, the whores, that's how they were dressing. They was putting jewelry on them and they was putting pants on them. The priest was doing that. The priest was wicked as hell at the time. But the point is, it's showing you that it was known women weren't supposed to be moving like that. So they was putting it on the harlots. And it makes you think about what's up with the priest, why he want to dress a woman up in man's clothing. Matter of fact, do we have time to find that scary movie scene? Which he had put on the football clothes, the shoulder pads and stuff. Let's show y'all what I'm talking about. Let's try to find that real quick. She looking crazy, like what the hell? But cause you guys, so why the hell the priest want to dress up the woman like a man? Hey man, you see what's going on in the Christian church with these priests? A lot of them got some weird fetishes. There you go. That's it. Oh.
Yes, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
Hey, put this on with it.
Ray, you are so freaky.
That's right. You know I'm freaky, girl. Go on. Pull it out. Pull it out. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Put this on with it. Go on.
You sure?
Go on, girl. Go on.
Look at that. She's like, what the hell?
Pull it on. Go on. I like that look.
So that's
I'm bad.
I ain't seen it in a long time. I don't know how far it's gonna go, so we'll stop right there. That's good enough. Y'all get the point. But read it again.
Yea, they would give thereof their common harlots and deck them as men with garments, being gods of silver and gods of gold and wood.
So they would worship these women. And you know, our women like being worshipped. That's why you'll see them. That's why Mother's Day is so important. That's why they do baby showers. That's why they have to do so many things where they worship the one. Esau knows women like to be worshipped. So he's, matter of fact, Genesis. Let's see where they get it from. They get it from their mama. Juvie said it a long time ago. They get it from their mama.
What verse you want?
You could pick. Surprise me.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, We shall not eat thereof. Neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
And because she, remember, James 1, is it James 1 and 18 or 1 and 16? Let's read that real quick. Understand the reason why he's telling her this. Remember, Satan does not make you sin. Oh, and in case y'all didn't know that, Satan does not make you sin. This is what Satan does. Satan is a presenter. Go ahead.
James chapter 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
So that lets you know Eve wanted to be like Adam. So Satan said, you know what? Hey, I can get them to worship you. If you eat that tree, you could be just like Adam. They'll worship you. You'll be God on earth too. You'll have the power too. And she was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. And she was like, okay. And she ate it. And y'all know what it was. If you don't know what it wasn't a damn apple. Watch another class. We teach you that. So there you go. So our women like to be worshipped. And with our women liking to be worshipped, that was the way that Esau was able to implement something called feminism into the household. So let's play the one on feminism, number 3. This is the third thing that is dealing with our household that's destroying the marriages on a macro level, meaning a giant level. That's the one that's that's under feminism. That's all right. Cool.
So Nala, why do you feel like I'm a single mother?
I mean, you pretty, but you fuss too much.
Well, Nala, I guess you gonna be a single mother too then.
I ain't gonna be no single mother like mama.
What? What's wrong with being a single mother?
I ain't finna mess around with no 3 kids.
Damn.
Okay, why do you think I'm a single mom?
Because you work for free.
I work for free. I work Monday through Friday, and how do you feel like I work for free?
Because you broke.
Dang.
Looks like even the kids know you're a fool, man.
All right, that's enough. I don't know that dude. All right, play the next one. Should be one right next to it. Go ahead.
Right or wrong, Cardi B says some women have the wrong mentality when it comes to relationships and money because of social media. Says bills should be split 50-50. Let's pay attention.
So
I got a message for y'all from Cardi.
Remember, he was breaking the statistics down, and the East Indians and the Asians, both people was working in the household. So they didn't mind splitting the bills. But you know, we got this new movement where the woman saying that she's not, she shouldn't be doing 50-50. Somebody, find Travis Kelce old girlfriend, a black girl. She's talking about, do I look like I need to go 50-50? Just type in, do I look like I go 50-50? I'm pretty sure it's a goofy black girl with a blonde hair and a mediocre face. Talking about, do I look like I go 50-50? Because this is what feminism teaches. Feminism teaches you need to be worshipped. So they don't want to take any accountability. They want you to do everything. They think you're supposed to roll out the red carpet for them, throw flowers. They think they Zamunda. Supposed to be from Zamunda.
Right. It's like, so how you say you want to go, you want to be worshipped, you want somebody to take care of you, and here we live in a reality. If you by yourself, you paying 100%. So I'm gonna take half of it, and that's not good enough.
Because they don't want to do nothing at all. They want a slave. Because the spirit of feminism is the spirit of slavery. They got the same spirit. Feminism ain't nothing but the spirit of Esau. The white women want to be like the white man. Well, I don't even understand it. Honestly, I don't even. The depths of it is so foolish. It don't even make sense to me because the white woman already had everything. She just wanted more power because it just shows you how greedy they are. She had everything she wanted, and she still wasn't. You know what it was? It was the dykes. That's right, the dykes. Well, they had their own slaves too. I don't know, man. I don't know. Esau just greedy and stupid, and he started this whole movement. Go ahead.
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
Does she look like she would go 50-50 on bills? I don't know. You may be attractive, but are you legally single?
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50
So this
on bills?
goofball right here, she's talking about how she left the Chiefs player. I mean, it's interracial, but she broke up with him or whatever because he wanted to go. I don't know, stupid. But nevertheless, he left her and got with Taylor Swift. So now he with somebody that makes way more than him, and this girl was broke. He was rich. So she talking like that because, it's a lot of things. A lot of women that be talking like that broke. That's another thing. It's almost like a red flag that she broke if she's complaining about you paying bills.
If you got money, why do you need my money?
Exactly. You over here watching my pockets because you need some money. You need a sponsor. That's what's wrong with y'all sisters. Y'all mindset is wrong. You're supposed to be working together. And that's what we used to do back in the day. But because of feminism has taught you an evil lesson, thinking that you don't have to work. You don't have to support your man. Yeah, that's who she used to be with. Now she dolo by herself, and now he with Taylor Swift. He's lucky he had a thing for chocolate. She ran him back to his own people. That's a damn shame. Only the black woman could.
He gave up his fetish.
Yeah, he said, "No, I'm tired of black women. I can't do this shit no more. Let me go find me a little skinny white girl with money." That's a damn shame. Y'all ran the white man away. God, dog. All right, that's funny. Let's start this one.
All right, so this is what I believe in, right? Like,
Me
it's
too.
like, if you're gonna be the type of bitch that like a nigga, you want a nigga to take care of you and everything, but it's like, all right, you have to like pick a balance. Like, it's like you cannot just be a bitch that is like, oh, my man take care of me, he does the bills, but it's like, what do you do? What are you contributing? Like, it's like, all right, like you can't be complaining like, oh, I cook, I clean every day. It's like, okay, but you don't work, you don't contribute to the house. So I just feel like it's like, and like sometimes people be like, oh.
Wait a minute.
So this is like really controversial, right?
Wait a minute. Before she gets into the controversy, I know that the way that she's speaking, about 30% of my audience don't know what the hell she just that she's saying. Essentially, she's putting in the question, this what do you bring to the table concept. She said that there has to be balance within it. How do you expect a man to take care of you if you don't contribute any goddamn thing? Behind that, implicitly, she's saying besides your box, which is so interesting because she's also rode the feminism wave. So she sold women a fake sale of goods. It has pushed her into the limelight. And then you're seeing the entertainer in conflict, the entertainer Cardi B in conflict with the human being Cardi B. But let's just keep going because you said that this is controversial.
So stop right there. Pause. Go to that one where the dude is asking the two women the difference between. And he in his gray suit, this ugly ass gray suit.
There's nothing to the table but great sex and attractiveness. What does that make him?
Scrub.
And if a woman brings nothing to the table but great sex and great looks, is she the same scrub?
Well, it all depends.
If a man takes somebody's life, what does that make him?
A murderer.
If a woman takes somebody's life, what does that make him? Her.
A murderer.
Let's go a little bit deeper, right? If a man is 500 pounds, what is he?
Obese.
No, I'm not asking you.
Okay.
We're talking here. If a man is 500 pounds, what is he?
He's overweight.
And if a woman is 500 pounds, what is he?
She's overweight.
If a woman eats a vagina, what is she?
Disgusting. That makes her a dyke.
And if a man sucks a penis, what is he?
He's gay, homo.
And is the woman the same thing?
Yeah.
So let's go back to the top because I gotta walk y'all through.
So this is feminism. Feminism makes it to where sisters don't want to face reality, and they don't want to take accountability, and they don't want to think about logic. So keep playing. Now you just keep it where he was at. Just play. It's gonna finish. It ain't finished.
Attractiveness. He's a what again?
He's a scrub.
And if a woman offers the exact same thing, then what is she?
She's trying to figure it out. See,
wow.
Let me know.
If
so
a man
it's
brings
going into the point of that's feminism. Plain as day, obvious, clear cut, but they have this special rules or this special mindset to where they don't have to take accountability for anything. That's going into that Eve spirit. She know damn well if a woman ain't got nothing else to offer, she's just in the same boat as the dude. She's a bum too. Brothers, she's a bum. Just because she has a big bum, she's still a bum. Stop getting with these women that ain't got shit to offer. And then wondering why your life is trash. You got with somebody that ain't got nothing, and she's look, if she don't have nothing and you got everything, that means you got half of whatever you used to have automatically. So she's automatically taken from you once you enter in a relationship with her, she's already taken from you. She's taking your substance. So if she's gonna be taken from you, she should be giving you peace. That's the least she can do. You giving everything else, but it's later on. Go back to Cardi.
I feel like it's very controversial when be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, all right. So if you and your man make the same amount of money, right?
Okay.
But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to buy a house or buy a business? Because he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like certain things is like a joint thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people, like the internet really be having people fucked up from real reality type shit.
Yeah,
so
of course.
it's like.
But you're a part of that.
Your mom and dad used to work every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy purses and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. It's either your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Come
Cardi, why don't you know?
That's enough. So it's just showing you that feminism has destroyed the mindset of these sisters to where they don't understand or they don't want to understand that you have to play your part. Go ahead and play that. This is what she was talking about. Now pause it. She made the song WAP, where she's talking about, I don't cook, I don't clean. Play that again.
You need to stop lying on your songs, man.
So you see what he did? He busted out. He said, you stop lying on your song.
She got it clean.
Now stop. Let me explain something to you. That girl is Dominican and Caribbean. It's in her spirit to clean. They don't play that crap in those. Those are two countries that's very prideful on taking care of their man. Why you think? What's her name? Nikki the same way. Nikki Caribbean. Don't follow that BS and think they out here. No, Megan is a hoe. They don't do nothing. No, yeah, she Judah. But these other sisters out here, that's Benjamin and that's Simeon. They're instilled to take care of their man. Don't let her fool you on that crap what she's talking about. When she was with old boy, she was doing that. He is a full-blown adulterer, but she's a whore. Like, she's a stripper. Come on now. Y'all thinking like something good was going to come out of this. I be seeing women acting like, oh my God, Cardi broke up. Cardi was a whore. That was drugging niggas. What are we talking about? I don't understand. Y'all retarded. Feminism. No accountability. Matter of fact, I'm skipping. I'm dropping other stuff. Let's go to accountability. Let's stop playing some of the accountability. I can't. Let's go to was it Proverbs? Let's start going to, yeah, let's go there. Let's go there first.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman builded her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands.
Right. So the foolish woman will not take accountability for the things that she do, and will always try to blame somebody else for her situations that she have in her life. That's one of the situations. That's one of the many situations that they do. They pull down their own house. Which you had some more on? Go ahead. Okay.
Book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 12.
That's the quiver?
Yes.
No, not yet. Not yet. We're gonna wait. Hold it though. We're definitely going back to it. All right. So let's go into the accountability. Let's do the Judge Lintola. It's the second one under personal accountability. Yes.
They say God protects babies and fools. This girl's a fool.
Mrs. Rivera, I will say this to you. You're foolish. You had a good thing. As soon as it wasn't a perfect thing, it made you angry. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. You most certainly are not perfect. And the next guy you get is not going to be perfect. And unless you're willing to put up with a little bit of, they say for better or for worse for a reason. It's not going to be all lollipops and sunshine. And when it's not lollipops.
So what is she quoting? She's quoting 1 Corinthians 7:28. Let's get that real quick. Because you have to understand, when you are twining two souls together that wasn't originally together, there is going to be a bonding process where they're going to clash. If y'all been married for 40 years, it's probably going to be chill. Because y'all then exercised all the annoyances out of each other. Y'all know what y'all like and don't like, so now it's smooth. But when you first get together for the first 10 years, there's going to be hiccups. It's y'all two souls that are merging. You think it's just going to be perfect and it's going to, no, that's stupid. Y'all were raised in two different households with two different values, but y'all both believe in one principal thing, marriage. Some of y'all believe in actually the same God. So you got to learn how to either converge to the Most High or whatever God you believe in, if you in other nations. But you got to learn how to listen to the Most High. So that means that you got to converge your thoughts and her thoughts with what the Bible says. So there's going to be clashes. Y'all not going to merge perfectly. Go ahead and read it.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 28. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh.
Because it is natural. Y'all are not raised together in the same household. Y'all going to have things y'all like a certain way, and y'all going to have to learn how to deal with each other. Because if y'all love each other and y'all doing it the right way, you're going to learn how to cleave and do the things each other like in order to have peace in the household. So play that clip again from the top. And then get Proverbs 14:1 again.
They say God protects babies and fools. This girl's a fool.
Mrs. Rivera, I will say this to you. You're foolish. You had a good thing. As soon as it wasn't a perfect thing, it made you angry. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. You most certainly are not perfect. And the next guy you get is not going to be perfect. And unless you're willing to put up with a little bit of, they say for better or for worse for a reason. It's not going to be all lollipops and sunshine. And when it's not lollipops and sunshine for your husband, you at least give him a lollipop. You might not be able to make the sun shine, but you can give him a lollipop, and you didn't do it. You decided that your marriage was about you, for you, and because of you, and when he hit a rough patch, you were like, I'm sick of you. I'm tired of it. You're not a king and wonderful anymore because you're not doing everything I want to. You're no longer Mr. Perfect, and I have no obligation to give anything to you. That's tired and that's sad, and he's a good dude.
That's enough of that. So play the first one. The NFL star, because we're going into accountability. So these sisters are destroying their own houses with their foolishness because they don't want to take accountability. It's in the same spot as the first video on accountability. All right, go ahead and start it. I don't know if y'all know about what's going on with these. Now, first, stop. The first thing you're going to see is this is a shameless daughter. His first mistake is being with a shameless daughter. Get shameless daughter, but first get proof of friend. Because I can tell he don't know this hoe. I'm just going to have to, I hate to say it like this, but first, if this is what y'all do for fun, you're a fool too. If this is what y'all do for fun, she's a whore. She's not going to be loyal. This is doomed from the beginning. I don't know none. I don't need to know nothing about them. I know they already doomed because start that video from the top. How many seconds was we into the video before I knew their relationship wasn't gonna work? 5 seconds. Play it again. First 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 5 seconds, and they already doomed. If you throwing money on your girl ass in the air like she's a damn stripper, she's a stripper. She's a whore. She may not be on the pole, but she on somebody's pole. You get what I'm saying? You don't have a loyal woman. Young men, that's not a wife. We was talking about that earlier today. Did you know it's 7 women to every 1 man? So that means a woman has a 15% chance of getting married. So you need to pick that 15% wisely. You have 7 choices, but you keep picking bullshit. BS. That's BS right there. I don't ain't nothing you finna tell me, convince me that that's a woman worth keeping. That's a whore. So whatever he does with her, automatically gonna fall. Go ahead, what you read? Go ahead and read what you read.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wast to get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Well, I'ma say he really don't even have to prove her. She proved herself. He just a fool. Go ahead and play the video. Go ahead and play the video.
I don't care if you're a multi-millionaire playing for the NFL, if you wife a 304. 304 is going to do what a 304 does. Now, the ridiculous story that I have for you guys here today, wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, Xavier Worthy, got into a relationship back in 2024. He suspected who he was engaged to, the young lady, of cheating on him. He hires a private investigator to find out the truth. He finds out that she's cheating on him, and he tries to kick her out, at which time she...
Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore.
What?
They shall not take a wife that is a whore.
You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. Y'all thought that came out of nowhere. No, God started that phrase. Yeah, brothers thought they was somewhat deep when they heard that in the 70s. Nah, God said you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. That's why he suspected she was cheating, because he tried to gal a hoe. That's what we used to say back in the day. You can't gal no hoe. She a hoe. She for the streets. So that's his first mistake. He tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. Because prove a friend really ain't, he didn't make that mistake. It's obvious she a hoe. Ain't nobody surprised that she gonna smash another man. She don't look like she's a one-man woman. She don't look like she gonna be loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. She would take pictures with Chris Brown. She gonna be at Chris Brown concert taking the craziest pictures. That's her. These hoes ain't loyal. Go ahead, play the video, man. The hell?
Refuses to leave, becomes violent, destroys all of his stuff, including pulling out his dreads on his scalp, and I can't show those photos right here because of the violent nature of them. She calls the cops on him after getting caught and alleges this physical altercation. He ends up in jail, but later, after the judge realizes that she completely fabricated the story to get out of what the private investigator found, the judge drops all charges and goes free. She goes back home and finds out that she steals $300,000 worth of his stuff, and now he's trying to get his get back. It's crucial to have these conversations because when situations...
So, Proverbs 14:1. She had a good thing. But she thought she saw a better thing. And I'm going to tell you something, another thing. You sisters be cheating with the lamest niggas that ain't got nothing to offer and be giving up all kind of great stuff. But you know what it is? I think God be just trying to save these dudes and trying to give them a better woman. He be like, you know what, you a fool. Because no, I can't say that. I can't say that. We used to do that back. I can't say that. I don't know, man. Time after time, you see these, especially black women, be ruining relationships with so quote unquote rich dudes and the dudes that they want and all this kind of stuff. And then you be like, how the hell you messed that up? Because they don't have any etiquette. They wasn't taught how to be a wife. They was taught how to be a baby mama. They was taught how to be a single mama. They was taught how to be an independent woman. They was never taught how to be a wife. Read.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman builded her house.
So she had a man that was in an affair that was obviously tricking on her. He was engaged to her. He was ready to marry her. And all she had to do was keep her legs closed and be devoted to him. But she couldn't do it. That street was calling. And she had to hit them. She had to beat the feet. He had a renegade on him. He thought he had a woman. He had a renegade. She missed the streets. She went right back to the streets. So, on top of that, remember, this portion is accountability. So she didn't want to take accountability for her being caught cheating. So she beat this man, destroyed his property, then robbed him, lied, and tried to get him got him arrested. Because you know he black. So you know he was put in jail, and they gave him a mugshot. They ain't even do no investigation. So because she didn't want to take accountability, you got caught. You was cheating. Could just kept it moving, but no, this is a rich man. She probably was cheating with a bum. She had it all, but then she decided, you know what? Nah, I want to go play the field. She played the field. She lost. Play.
Like this arise. It makes big headlines because he's a big celebrity and he has the resources and the platform to be able to defend himself as well as the organization behind him. But think about for a quick second if this was you. If it was you facing accusations of assault or domestic violence, chances are you'd still be sitting in a jail without the same opportunity as he had to prove his innocence. If they can't beat you, they're going to try to destroy your reputation. Young men's lives are ruined each and every day due to spiteful liars. They weaponize their victimhood in order to get money.
That's enough of that, because it's getting to a dark place. But go back to prove a friend, because he said a good point. You have to be careful who you choose, because you don't know what a lot of these sisters and a lot of these brothers are capable of. So go back to prove a friend.
Sirach chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
So you have to take time to prove who you with. one of the things that we do in the black community is we always try to give everybody a pass, and we always like. Matter of fact, read it, because this is us right here.
And be not hasty to credit him.
That's our issue. That's one of our main issues. We don't have no credit, but we always giving credit. That's one thing about the black people. We got the worst credit, but we always trying to give credit. And this is why these kind of situations happen to us. We don't take our time to get to know the person that we're going to spend the rest of our lives with. And this is the reason why we're having so many failed relationships. There's another obvious reason where we could tell that they wasn't going to work. Let's get 1 Timothy 2:9.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, which
Go ahead.
with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becoming women professing godliness with good works.
So let's get that the picture of the sisters from the 30s. Because we got to come back to modest apparel. It's the Facebook post, the one, the Texas Memories. Oh, you seeing this picture from sisters from 1899? Do they look bummy? Can we zoom in that picture, son? Oh, is it the biggest we can make that picture?
And their heads covered.
This is. I don't see bum there. This is 1899. I don't see bum. I don't see broke. I don't see that dilapidate. I don't see that. I see royalty, honestly.
I don't see grandma.
Right. I mean, because our sisters hate. Now, understand, this is 1899. This is an old style. But even if it's an old style, they fly. You could tell they shapely and they got body, but they got it covered. You could tell they cute. Like, you don't have to have your body out. I was about to say something else. You ain't gotta have your body out to show that you're beautiful. Yeah. Scroll down some more if you can. I hope when y'all do the B-roll, y'all show the whole picture. These sisters is fly. But I don't know, man. It's just. And then, matter of fact, stop. Look at Esau behind him, admiring, and look how he look. Barefoot bum. We don't move. We never move the same way as the heathen. But nevertheless, read it again.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety.
Right. So that is a way that you're supposed to carry yourself. And the way that sister was moving, shaking her ass, and he was throwing money on her, there was no way that was going to work. There's no way that was going to work. Women don't move like that. Real women don't move like that. Like I said, 15% of the women in America are wife material. Only 15%. Because there's 7 women to every 1 man. You only can pick one. So you got to understand, when you're looking at a woman, you got to say, is she the 15% or is she the 85%? The 85% is not marriageable material. Brothers is messing around here gambling with the 85. That's why your life is in trash, because you picked the 85%. You aren't supposed to pick the 15. So there's more accountability. We got accountability for days. I want to let me look at the let's do the top 10 reasons why black women have the lowest marriage rates. Let's look at that one. Matter of fact, before we get to that one, let's go to the DNA. I gotta go to the DNA. This sister here, Lord have mercy, and get 1644 Ezekiel.
To go find out who Pickle real daddy is, because who we thought was her daddy might not be her daddy no more. So we gotta go find out who he really is. So come with us, come with us, come with us. You excited?
Yeah.
Period. Because you need to know who your daddy is, right? Yeah. Period. Like, hello.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Here we go, right here.
Never trust a woman that say period. If you hear her say ick, it's giving, period, get the hell away from her. She is a child in the mind. I don't give a damn how old she is. Play again.
DNA connect. Come on. Oh, it's closed. I thought it was closed. But I gotta read. Hopefully they still open. I'm not gonna lie. This is a little tad bit embarrassing.
That's another thing.
Because
if a woman always turn her head when she blow the horn, she's a hoe. Oh, that's a streetwalker, but that's a streetwalker behavior, right? Why are you every time a whore hook? You look at what? You somebody following you? What the hell is going on? If I honk the horn, if you shouldn't be known in the streets like that. So every time somebody honk the horn, you stopping to look and see who it is. That show you got a spirit on you. You should be minding your own business. Every horn is for you. Come on now. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, if you walking with your wife and somebody honk the horn and she go looking around, you going, who the hell you looking for? You with me? Who you looking for? But go ahead, let's play it.
it's like, I feel like everybody's staring at me or something. Answer the bell. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so that's enough. I'm disgusted. All right, Ezekiel 16:44.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
So she's teaching this girl that it's okay to move the way she's moving, and she's going to push that same spirit on that young lady. The young girl going to be running around here. She making it like it's fun, like it's some great adventure that find out who your box belong to. Like, sister, what the hell? Matter of fact, let's get the choir. Before we get to her, let's get the choir too. Because I admit this is supposed to go in the black God. Dang, man, throw it in the black God somewhere. We're going to play this. This is crazy. B-roll is some kind of way. Put it into the black God. Let's play this. Because when I heard this, I got flashbacks, and it wasn't no godly flashbacks. Please play the song. Play the... Cause, yeah, this is church. This is choir, y'all. The face lay up, man. This is America. This is America 2025, bro. Hey, man. This is what y'all go to church to do. Because y'all don't go to worship God. God ain't, look, they stopped hiding it. God is not in the church. So they just like, you know what? Let's just do our own thing. Because God was never here. So let's just make it a concert. Because we knew God wasn't there. So they just keeping it 100 now. It's called sainted. Should be slutted. All right, that's enough of that. Trinidad James, she got a pimp and a thug. All right, man. You know they was in Atlanta. They probably was stripping in the back too. That's probably where he got her at. He probably was going to go worship the Lord and threw some money and found her. Lord have mercy. So let's go back to the DNA real quick. I got a scripture for that. We're gonna play that. The wipe the.
We'll find out who Pickle real daddy is, because who we thought was her daddy might not be her daddy no more. So we gotta go find out who he really is. So come with us, come with us, come with us.
Read that scripture.
Proverbs chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of adulterous woman. She eateth and wiped her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness.
You see, she moving like ain't no big deal. There's a lot of y'all, a lot of women that y'all are with, they move just like this. We got many stories of women even in this truth. They're just whores. And they act like they ain't do nothing wrong. No accountability. Our sisters hate accountability because why? Because they feel like they should be worshipped. Feminism has taught them, oh, you can be worshipped. It's showed. Matter of fact, let's get the chart, the marriage chart. The white women and the black women from 1890 until the 2010s. And it says that the black woman was more likely to be married than the white woman until when? What they say, Leah? Until when?
2010.
No. Read the top.
It's like black women more likely to be married than white women until 1970.
So what thing happened in 1970 that changed everything? I told you, feminism. Feminism is what dismantled the black household. You see how stable the white woman was? She even went down, but it's been stable. But look at us. That spike is crazy. They were targeted. Feminism has targeted the black family. And it's taught the black woman that she does not have to take accountability for anything that she does. And it's dismantling the marriage rate. It's because they like to try to say it's the black man. Get the can somebody find the percentage of divorces filed by men versus the percentage of divorces filed by women? I forgot to look it up. Because everybody always want to, on social media, the black man is at fault. But that's not the reality. The reality is feminism is at fault. And we're looking at the graph right here to show it. Because men ain't never changed. So when what happened in society? So when you in science, there's the scientific method. Every hypothesis has to have a control. The control you see is the black woman, is actually the white woman, honestly. That's the control variable, because she's pretty much stable. And time is also another variable. As you see, time is stable for 80 years, 70 years is stable. And then all of a sudden, it just starts skyrocketing. Once feminism is introduced into that neighborhood, the black community. So it says, I want to see divorce, who files for divorce? Who's the one filing for divorce? Because I know the number. The number is 80%. Say 80% of marriages, divorces are filed by women. Why? Because feminism. Feminism is teaching them that they don't have to stick around and work it out. That they're God now. They can be worshipped. They don't have to take accountability. If they don't like it or they don't feel some type of way, if they're having a bad day, they could just leave. Everything's gonna be okay. Because why? They get half your money anyway. They don't have an incentive to stay. I just go let Tyrone blow my back out. I don't need you. That's how it is these days. Feminism has taught them that. You know what else is funny? Feminism and a sexual revolution right in the same time frame. So vaginas got loose and marriages got loose at the same time. And what the scripture said, don't prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. They used that. They knew what they was doing. All right, so as you see, black women were more likely to be married all the way until 1960. Actually, to 1970. You're right, to 1970. But then all of a sudden, some kind of way, they didn't want to be married no more. It's feminism. It's feminism. All right, so let's go to the 10 reasons why black dudes. Let's go to that one. The lowest, why black women have the marriage rates, the lowest marriage rates.
Hey loves, it's your girl Dee Dee and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this video comes from a TikToker who asked the question, why is it that black women appear to be undesirable when it comes to marriage? So I'm gonna play a clip of what she had to say, and then also there's this viral list that's going around, or this viral post that's going around pointing out the top 10 reasons why black women have the lowest marriage rates. Before we get into the video, make sure you comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. That is super, super important, you guys. So without any other further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
This message is for black women and black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show that only 26% of black women will marry in their lifetime from any race. 26% of black women will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about black women marrying black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage? Now, I know there's percentage who don't want to be married, right? But there's a large percent of women, black women, who want to be married. But again, why is that the case? Why is that? You know, I think if we start to really sit down and think about why statistics are what they are, they're not there for just any reason, right? There's reasons behind it, and I think that there's a plethora of reasons, and from my opinion, of why I believe that those statistics are what they are and why we are the lowest.
All right, so there you have it. So she asked the question, and I think it's a fair question, and I think it's a question that a lot of black women
be trying to answer their own damn questions. The hell is this? Ask a man. He'll tell you. What you got?
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
So, God, we're going to hold that. We're going to use that a couple of times. So, God is telling you, black woman, shut up. Your mouth is what's keeping you from being married. You are like this bird we're about to watch. And watch this also. This bird, whatever they having a conversation about, this bird don't want to take accountability. But this is hilarious. But let's play it. Let me show you. This is y'all.
Eu fui chamar a atenção dele. Não grita comigo, não. Não grita comigo, não. Sabe por quê, gente? Olha o que ele fez. Olha, olha. Não foi eu. Foi você. Foi você. Foi. Foi você. Foi você, sim. Não adianta. Gente. E agora? Como é que carrega celular? Não grita comigo. Não grita comigo. Olha, cara. Ô, bicudo. Escuta só. Eu não vou falar mais. Cuida.
So that's...
Ele não
Go to Sirach 25. Oh, God. No, Sirach 25. 20.
Sirach, chapter 25, verse 20. As the climb up a sandy way is to the feet of the age, as you were. As climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the age, so is the wife for the words to a quiet man.
And this is another example. Get the one with SpongeBob. Get the SpongeBob picture. The secret to happiness is in the tongue. You can use it to please your man, or you can use it to displease your man. You get my drift. Read that.
When you're 10 dangs and 20 yeps and 6 woes and 8 mans, that's crazy, and they still won't stop talking.
Cause that's how like sisters gotta learn how to be quiet. You're in the middle of the conversation, and she just won't stop talking. That's what he's going into. Sister, shut up. Can I get my foot in the door to relax? Can I enjoy my day? Go read the scripture, kid.
26.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
Right. So it's telling you one of your main issues that y'all have, y'all don't know when to be quiet. Men want peace. Men don't want to be sitting here arguing and fighting with you all the dang time. You got to learn how to be quiet. Let's go to, what is it, Sirach 30? All right, 15.
Sirach 30, verse 15. Health and good estate of the body are above all gold.
So we have to understand, we have to learn how to take care of our bodies. Some of you sisters are not getting married because your appearance. Let's play this. This is how some of y'all sisters are. Brothers trying to help you lose the weight, or leadership trying to help you lose the weight. Some of y'all don't even nobody, like y'all can't read the room. But go ahead and play it.
And you are... Now, why did you come out here to support R. Kelly?
'Cause he good.
And what about those protesters over there who say he's crossed the line?
Man, fuck them literate ass uppity niggas. All they talk about is reading and eating right. Nobody want to hear all that shit. If I want to get high blood pressure, then nigga, get the curd away from me. If I want to get high blood pressure, then damn it, that's my business.
Let's talk to another R. Kelly supporter.
Read it again.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 15. Health and good estate of the body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
So you also got to recognize and got to understand, you have to keep the same way men got to keep their body up, women got to keep their body up. A lot of you sisters, let yourselves go. You big and out of shape. And you expect a man to love and cherish that. No, it's not how this goes. Sorry to tell you, that's not normal. We gotta normalize not being fat. We have normalized being fat in Black society, and it's because the food we've been given has been poisoning us slowly. Our body's trying to tell us you're dying. But we got Monique and Lizzo and all these other people saying, "Oh, you're fat shaming." No, your body's fat shaming you. Your body's telling you you're going to die if you don't change, and it's trying to give you signs, because God is a God of signs. He loves giving you signs. So your body gives you signs. You're going to, I don't know that many old-ass fat people. You never met an old-ass fat person? Be honest. Old fat people don't live around. They might get 60-something, and they out of there.
My dad, he made the 80.
All praises. Don't be like your daddy. Be better.
I'm working at it.
Because it's very rare. I mean, it's a lot of big people don't live long. And we have to, in this truth, we got to correct, like we have to take a hold of that. And we have to be like, you know what? We got to be the example. We can't move like that no more. Let's show these people how they're supposed to move.